members and participants who have joined us from various institutions. As educators, we carry the responsibility of shaping future generation, and it is through programs like this that we combine to learn, grow, and stay updated with the latest trend in teaching, research, and innovation. We are honored to have today's patrol respected principal, Professor Mairembam Suresh Singh, Standard College, IQAC Coordinator, Dr. N. Chandrasekhar Singh, Geography Department, Standard College, and Sir Binit Rajadurai, Program Coordinator, Nirmala Niketan, Mumbai. Our resource person, Dr. Akshay Kumar Mohanty, an Associate Professor of Economics Department, then whose presence and insight will undoubtedly enrich this program. I welcome you all, and I hope this FTP proves to be valuable and memorable experience for everyone involved here. Thank you. And I would like to say some few lines about our resource person of today. Dr. Akshay Kumar Mohanty is an associate professor in economics department, Mizoram University. He is now working as an associate professor of economics department in Mizoram University under the Minister of Education, Government of India from 18 November to 2022 till date. And he is worked as an associate professor of applied economics in Ethiopian Government University under Ministry of Education, Ethiopia from September 2014 up to November 2022. And his work as a faculty of economics and various capacity in various academic institutions in Odisha state since March 2002 up to September 2014. He wrote books. Book editor is Seven and research paper, and he is an invited resource lectures, and many papers and presentation were present, and he is a life membership of professional bodies and one international project also completed. He is his experience of working in the teaching and research field is 24 years in the UG, PG, and PhD since from 1999. Thank you, sir. Sir, I have handed over to you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your kind words to encourage me. And without taking much more time, should we start? Because already 5 minutes passed for this introduction. And because of that, our fellow candidates should not suffer, isn't it? So let us drive to the show today. And good evening to one and all. And over this platform, this is the second time appearance for me. And the topic which was given to me was very interesting. Sampling strategies in qualitative research. And the last time I discussed with mixed research methods or mixed methods. During that time, I was talking about some sort of qualitative aspect and quantitative aspect. Maybe because of that, this time the organizers have chosen me to deliver on these strategies specifically for the qualitative research. What would be the sampling? Because most of the people are fumbling in this area because only few disciplines are doing with the help of the quantitative research. But qualitative research is the backbone of this quantitative. Not only this qualitative, both are needed. And when both are compiled, that is called as mixed. And nowadays, the time is very uh, moving in the very dynamic way, and we have to be dynamic in this regard. So, if we capture these sampling strategies in the qualitative research, so it will guide us how to frame our research project and PhD thesis or any type of research thesis, which is very important one for us. So, without making delay, let us drive to the show. And before starting this, we have to know the sample. So there are different and pertinent issues in the sample, the concept of the sample. So in this sample concept, first we will clear this, then we'll go for the strategies. So what's the strategies? Is the strategy a single word, or it is a mixing of different words? That we have to see. Then we have to search qualitative. Why it is not quantitative? Why it is qualitative? Then research. So 4 words are there. So one by one, we will go for that first of all. Then we will jump into the different segments of this sampling strategies. So you see, even I have chosen choosing the right strategy in qualitative research. Alternatively, it is or interchangeably the same thing. What I am thinking. So actually, which strategy we have to choose in the qualitative research? That means is directly moving towards indicating to the sampling strategies. Come to the point. This sample. So in case of the sampling, I have shown you the slide, and it is very clear that there are 4 figures you have seen. So before collecting the sample, you should know your universe. And that universe is your senses. And most of the faculties are moving from this universe to this original sample and skipping this population. So population and universe are 2 different issues that you have to ensure, first of all. If you are not ensuring about this, then there will be problem to find out the sample from the qualitative research. So this is a pertinent question. Most of the instructors are missing this thing in their class when they are delivering. So for that reason, we have to see. So when we are conducting some sort of survey, or you can say qualitative survey, by administering the scheduled questionnaire, then we have to first of all see what is our universe, what is our census, which is otherwise called as the theoretical target population. Just you see. So why we are calling it is the theoretical target population? Because it is already there. And complete we are taking. Now you see, this is complete. This is total. This black and green. It covers your total
This slide
population.
is not
Means, hello?
PPT is not showing.
But it is just sharing. Just a minute. Yes, it is sharing. What's the problem? Anybody else, please?
Now
It is
now
shared.
it now it is done. Now it is.
It is sharing. Sharing.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
Is
it
it?
is
Yes, sir.
visible.
Now it is visible. Yes.
Okay. So now you see, this is the theoretical population. That means everything we have included. It is not necessarily meant that theoretical population means the total population of India. If you will conduct some sort of survey in your state, that's not. That's not. For example, if you are conducting a thing in your state, that state population is the universe for this region, not the Indian population. Be careful. If you are conducting the district, your district population will be the universe in this area. So you have to demarcate first of all that universe. That is called as the theoretical target population. Because you are targeting that. You are not targeting poor. But people are calling it as the poor. But it is the specific definition. Then after this, you have to come to the empirical target population, to whom actually you will target as per your study. So now you see these blacks have been targeted. The grays are not targeted. The grays were targeted during the theoretical population, not in the empirical population. Am I right? So when we are going for the empirical population, so we are skipping these grays. Now only blacks we have taken here. Now you see, count these blacks and all these things are the similar. Number are similar. So we have taken. So that's our target population or empirical target population, not the theoretical target population. So this is our base from which we have to take the sample. Be careful. And it is very important in the qualitative research too. In the quantitative, it might not be possible, it might not be helpful, but in the qualitative, it should be. Then it is not suffice. Then this is also called as your sampling frame. Sometimes it is called as the sampling frame. You might be knowing the sampling frame. So this empirical target population is your sampling frame. So from this sampling frame, you have to take the original sample. So how you will take the original sample? By using the sample size determination formula. Maybe you will use the Yamane 1967 or Cochrane 63, you can use. Both will give you the same result, but their criteria are different. So based upon that, you have to find out this thing. But maximum to maximum 500 sample is enough for the quality. 500, not more than that. Whatever will be the size of the universe or size of the empirical target population, if you are taking the 500 as a whole, then all the formula will hold good for that. So that's the thumb rule I'm telling you. If you are unable to find out any type of formula, then you can simply go for the table, and table will suggest you maximum 500 is the best sample. So now you are taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 6 will go here. And from 6, now you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 grays are there. So what is this 2 gray? Because when you are taking the total sample, let's say you are taking the 500 samples. So you are going to the field. So when you are throwing these 500 samples, some non-response will come. That's loss of non-response. So some people will not respond. So that's the non-response. That means these 6 are coming, and all 6 you are administering. When you are administering these 6, the 2 are not coming to your hand. So that is non-response. So this is your original sample. Now be careful. This is your original sample by administration. Then from this actual sample, final sample, you receive only 4 because 2 are non-response. So now be careful, my dear, all. So here, why it is 4? Is it the representative sample? Yes. But one question is arising here. So when we are finding some sort of a non-response, there is one rule that to compensate this non-response, you have to add 10% of this sample, so that it will be compensated. So this size will be a little bit increased. And there is a rule that more the sample, more the accuracy. So these are the thumb rules you have to know. For that reason, I am showing this concept before starting the sampling strategies under the qualitative research. So don't be confused over this slide. This slide will help you a lot for your future. Now come to the next part. So now this is the flowing concepts. Actually, today's class is involved in these four things. First, we have to see the sampling frame. Then we have to see sampling techniques. Then we have to see sampling methods. Then finally, we will go for the sampling strategies, because our aim is to go for sampling strategies in qualitative research. So when we are talking about the sampling strategy, it is the last part. It is not the first. The first part starts from the population, what I was talking. There are two types of population. But broadly, we can tell that target population. Target population is divided into two parts. One is theoretical population, which is known as the universe. Sometimes it is called as the census. And second part is your empirical population, which is known as your sampling frame. So this sampling frame comes from the population. Which population? This is the empirical population, not from the theoretical population. Be careful. So what is the sampling frame? This is the foundation. This is the foundation, the list or system used to access the population. Clear? Then once we know this is sampling frame, then we can draw this sampling technique. What's the sampling technique? What is the use of sampling technique? I told you in the previous slide.
Slide is
After,
not moving, sir.
yeah, just I'm showing this. That's sampling technique. Then in the sampling technique, this sampling methods we have to see from the sampling determination. Then we have to go for the sampling methods. So different sampling methods are there. Maybe probability, maybe non-probability, but we will be focusing on the non-probability, not on the probability, because qualitative aspect is there. That's why it is non-probability. Then sampling strategy. The combination of these three is the sampling strategy. So now we have to move forward. Now this is the flow chart. Already I told you, and the shortcut chart I am telling. This is the target population sampling frame, and this from the target population, that means this is your empirical population. From empirical population, you are getting the sampling frame. From the sampling frame, you are getting the sampling technique by using the rule. Then you are going for the sampling method, and here we have to specify the non-probability sampling method. We will discuss later on. Then sampling strategy. Then if we will be up to that, these and these, then ultimately we will be achieving this. So first of all, we have to start from this sampling frame, then sampling technique, then sampling method in the qualitative research. Then our complete sampling strategy in the qualitative research will be finished. So now come to the first part is the sampling framework. So in the sampling framework, what we have to see here, you see. In the sampling framework, this is the definition. So already I told there is no need of talking, because we have to find out. This is given. I am giving some example. One school directory. If you want to study on the students, that school directory will be your sampling frame. And if you are going for some sort of election poll, or that means voters, then sampling frame will be your election poll. So this is one of the examples I'm showing. Then after that, sampling techniques, then some sort of sampling techniques you have to use by using the formula. Then methods you have to go for. Then maybe it is the probability or non-probability, but our case is a non-probability case. Then we have to see the sampling method, sampling strategy. Then now we have to go for directly the sampling framework. So now in the sampling framework, we have to see that four principles and rules. What are the four principles and rules to be followed to make the sampling framework in qualitative studies? That we have to see. Now you see the rules and principles of sampling framework. So there are different rules or principles.
Sir, your slide is not moving. And we cannot see anything. We are still
yes.
on the third slide.
Already I have moved it.
Yeah, but
Are
it's
you?
not moving. We are still on the third slide, sampling central concept. We
Oh
cannot
my
see
God.
anything.
Just a minute. How it is possible? Oh, that's why you are telling now. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Huh?
plus make it full screen so it will
So
move.
that's why when I'm doing the full screen, then when I'm scrolling, it is not visible to you. It is the second time I'm experiencing. For that reason, let me do this small slide so that it will be easily visible to you. If I'm making it uh, expanded, then different questions are coming. Okay, let me try for the last time. Okay, now it is visible. Rules and principles of sampling framework.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it
Yes, sir.
visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you see different rules and principles are there. Now the thing is that the rules and principles, are they similar or different? First question. They are different. They are different. Rules are made to break for the breaking, but principles are eternal. Be careful. Rules and principles. Principles are eternal. Principle cannot be changed, but rules may be changed. For example, in USA, there is car driving, right side. India, left side. Rules changed. Principle. Principle will not change. Car runs, whether it is USA or India. So that's the principle and rules. So now here, there are different rules and principles to make the sampling framework under the qualitative research. One is purposive driven. So what is your purpose? So basically, in the qualitative research, we are using the purposive sampling. Be careful. Purposive sampling. Get this. Purposive sampling. And purposive sampling is giving you the information rich. That means those to whom you are conducting, the participants are having more information. So blindly you have to follow it in the qualitative research. And sometimes you have to use the snowball sampling. That is the non under the norm probability. Snowball sampling. That means it is a chain. You do not know what will happen in the next. And when you will ask first person, the second person will he will tell to the second will tell third will tell fourth. So in that way, the initial participants will guide you for the next participants. That you may follow. Theoretical sampling. Theoretical sampling will be used for the grounded theory, which is used for the emerging concept. If you are wanting to develop some sort of emerging concept which was not there, but you have started new and you are giving some sort of light to the society, then it is the theoretical sampling that you can use. Then maximum variation sampling to explore a wide range of perspectives. Let's say you are conducting one survey, but you do not know what are the perspectives. So in that way, you have to take the maximum variation sampling techniques. Then convenience sampling. Access is limited and ideal for reader. So these are the non-probability things. Then next one is the focus on the depth, not in the representative. So representative means it shows the quantitative nature. So in the qualitative, you cannot find the representativeness. So you should find the focus or depth or the information. These three are important. Whether focus is going to go deep or breadth, that you have to see. And also to whom you are asking, that person should have the more information. These two things you have to see. And next one is what is your purpose? Why you are conducting? So during that purpose, you have to see whether it is context specific information or and the participant what you are choosing, he should have more experience and knowledge. So that's the way. So in that way, you have to find out the sampling framework. Is it visible now? Is it visible?
Yes,
Rules
sir,
and
it
principles.
is.
Then contextual and site specific. Sometime, whenever you are conducting some qualitative research, you have to see to which geographical region you are belonging, which cultural aspect you are dealing, which social aspect you are dealing, which institutional aspect you are dealing. That you have to see.
Sir, did you change the slide? The slide hasn't changed.
Not change.
No.
So let me do this. Okay.
Yes,
Is
sir,
it
it has
visible?
changed now.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, it is
Yes, sir.
visible.
Okay. So now you see what's happening. Then you have to choose this type of thing. Information rich, then The next one is the focus based. Next one is the geographical based, cultural based, social based, institutional. These are the main rules and regulations. And the flexibility also there. Sampling is often adaptive and emergent. That means whenever you are taking the initial sample, that may evolve during the study, and additional participant may be added as new needs or gaps arise. So how you will get the additional participant? By using the snowball samples. That flexibility is also there in the qualitative picture. And another rule is that the saturation are just copying. Now you see, most of the people, we are using uh, some interview method during the qualitative research. So when we are doing the interview methods, so you should not continue up to 100, 200 like this. The rule is saying that first 6 you conduct the interview on same area or on some concept. And if you find different voice from the 6 participants continuously, you can continue the 7th one. And if you will find no such repetition up to 6, you should not go for the 7th one. This is the saturation principle under the qualitative research. So in that way, you can take the sample. Clear? Then transparency and justification. So sampling decision must be well documented and justified. Not only that, you should exactly estimate the sample size. Sampling methods properly you have to use. Ethical consideration you have to take care. That means informed consent and confidentiality you have to maintain, so that to whom you will ask, from whom you will collect the information, that is your sample. And if they are not good enough at you, so they will not tell you anything. So your sample collection will be hindered. So that cannot be possible. So that's the thing. Then next one is your now you see, next one is the criteria base. So in the criteria base, I have given you one table in the criteria based sampling techniques. Now we are coming to the sampling techniques after the sampling frame. So this is our sampling technique. So sampling method, after sampling method, what will come? Sampling technique will come. So in the sampling technique, we have decided one is the consideration part, another one is the formula part, because it will give you the formula. So you will be surprising enough that whether there is any formula to design the qualitative research sample. Though it is not structured like the quantitative, but still there is some sort of a structured formula, and which is used as a thumb rule. I will show you later on. First, we will see the considerations. What are the considerations you have to take care under the sampling techniques? Which sampling technique? How you will take the sampling techniques under the qualitative research? So there are different criteria. So now you see, first one is based upon the research objective. First of all, research objective. The second one is the context based. Then in the research objective, what kind of participant or case you need? That objective shapes what kind of participant and cases you need. That you have to determine first of all, or else you will be messy enough and you cannot find anything. So for that reason, now you see, first objective. If your objective is to understand a specific experience, then your sampling technique should be purposive sampling. Purposive sampling, which is the under the qualitative. And what is the description? Select individuals who have a first-hand experience with the phenomenon. That means reach in the information that you should be at. Then next one, if your objective is to explore variation in experiences. Let us say you are conducting some sort of survey and you are coming to know different structures are there and different things will come up. Different stakeholders are there and one stakeholder is not there in one area. So in that way, variation will come up. So that is called as that maximum variation sampling you have to consider. Then it captures diverse perspective across range of characteristics. Different characteristics you can acquire. Then in that way, you can get the samples. The next objective. If your objective is to develop the theory, then you have to go for the theoretical sampling, which is giving you a new theory, not the old theory. You are writing a new theory, just like the science faculty. You are going to innovate something, not develop something. You are going to innovate something. Nothing was there. You are adding some value to the literature. So that's the theoretical sampling, which is usually used in the grounded theory. And if your objective is identifying the common themes, there are different themes. So if you want to identify the common themes, then you have to go for the homogeneous sampling. So now, on the basis of the objective, you have 4 types of sampling techniques under the qualitative research. One is purposive sampling. Next one is maximum variation sampling. Next one is the theoretical sampling. Next one is the homogeneous sampling. Under the homogeneous sampling, all the participants with the similar experience to find the commonality. This is all about the research objectives. So if your research is context-based, means it refers to the either environment or setting in which the study is conducted. So on which environment you are doing, whether it is natural environment or artificial environment or scientific environment, whatever environment or social environment or economic environment or cultural environment, that you have to focus. So if it is context-based, now what is the context? So there are 3 contexts now you see. The first context, hard to reach or marginalized group, and usually it is used in the economic studies. Some marginal, if I'm saying that marginalized, marginal farmers, if you want to conduct a case study on the marginal farmers, so they are coming under the marginalized groups or vulnerable groups. So it is hard to reach because it is difficult to reach them. So in that way, you cannot know where they are because they will not show their face to you because of some sort of shameful things or because of their attitudes. They will not be exposing to yourself. So in that way, what you have to do? You have to go for the snowball sample. Let us say you are going to US. You do not know each street of the US. So what you have to do? You have to ask one person, where is this street? Then once you are getting that street, then your aim is to get that some specific apple or the orange. Then you can ask this orange or apple, where it will be available. Then that street person will tell that exact thing. So in that way, you can continue. So snowball sampling you can use. And if your context is community-based or cultural setting, I told you different settings are there. If your cultural setting is there, and specifically this cultural setting is used by the ethnographic studies, okay, specifically ethnographic studies. So those who are in the ethnographies, so they can use this community-based or cultural setting, which is completely the qualitative based. And it is called as, the technique will be called as the criterion sampling. Be careful. Which is criteria? That is community-based criteria or the cultural setting criteria. And participant must meet predetermined criteria, just like age and gender and their role. So if your study is going to focus the age or gender or the role of the individual, then you have to go for the criterion sampling technique. Then if your context is events or cases or organizations, then you have to go for the case sampling. You know, the case studies, some people are doing the case studies. So case study, what is the meaning of the case study? You are going to the deep. You are not going to the broad. So you have to go to the crust of the earth. You are not widening the earth. You are deepening the earth. So that's the case study. So in in-depth case study or in-depth study of a few cases can be typical or critical or deviant. 3 types of case studies will be there. Maybe it is typical, maybe it is critical, maybe it is deviant. Deviant is varied. And a typical means very average, and a critical means it is going to the deeper. So in this way, you are coming to know the 2 criteria, one based upon the research objective, second based upon the context. Then another, the 3rd criteria is on the population. Is it visible? The slide is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The third criteria to have the sampling technique under the qualitative research is the population. So already I told about the population. There are theoretical population, there is empirical population. So our focus is on the empirical population, not on the theoretical population. So based upon that empirical population, so now accessibility participant affect the feasibility. Now you see what is the accessibility? The criteria is accessibility. So population accessibility, whether population is accessible or not. So that is the criteria. So if there is limited access, let us say the participant is staying in very remote area and it cannot be accessed and there is limited access. So in that way, you have to use the convenience sampling because you cannot reach each and everybody. So based upon your convenience, based upon your wish, you can take the sample under the qualitative research. Nobody can stop, but you have to ensure to the audience that there is a limited accessibility of the empirical population. That's why I am using the convenience sampling technique in the qualitative research. You have to justify, you have to take, isn't it? And based on availability, not ideal for depth, but useful in early phases. So if you are trying to do the study in the initial stage, you have to go for the convenience sampling. But once your study gets momentum, you have to free from this convenience sampling. Be careful. Up to the end of the study, you should not focus on the convenience sampling. To gather some initial information to access that limited accessibility area, you have to go for the convenience sampling, not for full time. Then if accessibility, good access and a contact, because once your study is flowing in the long run, then from limited access to the good access, because you will be coming to know how to go to that limited access area. So you are knowing the route now. So you cannot befool the audience. No, because of the limited access, I am using the convenience sampling. So if I will be the expert in that area, in that place, I will be asking, my dear, you are taking 2 years time for your PhD or for your research. So up to 2 years, it is limited access. You have not found. If you are not found, so why you are doing the research work? So it is not justified. So for that reason, when your research is getting some momentum for the long run, you have to go for the good access and contact. So you have to go for the purposive sampling or the snowball sampling. In the previous slide, I told you how you will conduct the snowball sampling. So initial stage, you have to go for the convenience sampling. After convenience sampling, you have to go for snowball sampling. After snowball, either snowball or the purposive sampling. So under these, what's the thing? They use networks or gatekeepers to reach suitable participant. So be careful. Purposive, sometimes people are confused about the purposive sampling and convenience sampling. Some instructors are telling to the scholar, now convenience sampling and purposive sampling are similar. Actually, they are not similar. Now I am taking to you that purposive sampling are different types of purposive sampling. Just a minute. I'm going back to show you. Now you see here in this slide, purposive sampling is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 types of purposive sampling. You should be careful. Extreme case purposive sampling, heterogeneous purposive sampling, homogeneous purposive sampling, critical case purposive sampling, typical case purposive sampling. That means typical, critical, extreme, heterogeneous, homogeneous. So it is not exactly equal to the convenience. Convenience is sitting here. So you start from convenience, coming to the snowball, then coming to the purposive. So this is the way to deal the sampling under the qualitative research. So now, here we are. So now, this is all about the population accessibility. So what type of population accessibility? Empirical population accessibility. So one is limited access in the early stage, and once it takes momentum, then you have to go for the purposive sampling or snowball sampling. There are 5 types of purposive sampling. Which purposive sampling you are using, you have to justify in your paper. Then next one is the type of data. Which type of data you are using in your study? That is also one of the criteria. So most people are not knowing So type of data means they are considering secondary data and primary data. We are not talking about that. We are not talking about that. Though we are talking about the primary data, but here the nature and scope of the data is something different. The type of data means whether data is coming from the interview method, whether data is coming from the observations method, whether data is coming from the text method. So that will influence your sampling. Be careful. Whether data is coming from the interview method or observational method or by text, by reading something, by historical text you are reading and you are getting something. So that is also one part. So if it is the data, then what will be? So if it is in-depth interview, because most scholars are using the in-depth interview. So in in-depth interviews, most suitable technique is purposive sampling or theoretical sampling. If your thesis or if your research is going towards the grounded theory, having some sort of a novel idea, having some sort of a new idea, showing to the society by replacing the old idea, then you have to use the grounded theory. But right now, most of the people are not going for that. So they will go for the purposive sampling and focus will be on the rich and relevant in the science. Then second data set, if data set is coming from the focus group, which is very interesting, that is called as the FGD, focus group discussion. So usually focus group discussion carries from 6 to 12 number. Sometimes it is 6 to 15 number of people in the group. So there are different types of people, different types of characteristics they have, and accordingly you have to set the focus group discussion. So in this focus group discussion, what type of sampling technique you have to use? Either homogeneous, if the people are homogeneous in one character, but on the same character, they are vomiting different views. So that you can take in the focus group. Let us say you are throwing one ball to that focus group. Then they are reacting because goal is similar, but the way to achieve the goal is different. So that's called as homogeneous. Means they are unified to reach that same goal, but their intention to reach or their strategy to reach the same goal are different. Let's say now you have joined from different corners of India. So your aim is to attend today class. You are all homogeneous to attend the class, but when you are grasping the things or the place you are belonging, it is different. Getting my point out. So in that way, you can see, though it is homogeneous, those goal is similar, but the means are not similar. So that is the main aim of conducting the focus group by using the data set. So then you can use the homogeneous or the stratified sampling. So stratified means, what is the stratified? You have to make some sort of strata under the different groups. And in the stratified sampling, be careful. Just I am taking to you stratified sampling and cluster sampling, one example, so that you will get clear. So now you see, this is the cluster now you see. In the stratified sampling, what we will see, all the things are similar within one strata, but between the strata, they are different. Now it is cluster. Now you see, it is similar, means different within the group, but between the group, they are similar. So that is the concept of the stratified sampling and the cluster sampling. You have to remember, because might be you have known this thing, so I should not go for that. So now in this case, what's the reason? Ensure shared experience or varied demographics. Already I told you. That means different things you can get it from this focus group. The next data type is from ethnographic field. Please mute it. It disturbs. Please mute it. Please mute. Please mute it. Okay. The next one is the ethnographic field one. So under the ethnographic, already I told you, it is about the culture based. Already in the previous slide I told you, ethnography. So all people are not doing. So those who are going for anthropological studies, so they are going for this ethnographic fieldwork. And in the previous presentation also, I discussed some sort of ethnographic fieldwork studies. So under these, which criteria and which technique you have to use? Either case study or criteria sampling. Already in the previous slide, I told you the criterion sampling, which is used for the ethnographic study. And it is immersive study in a specific cultural and social setting. It is only in the cultural and social setting. If it is cultural work, if it is social setting work, then you can go for the ethnographic data. And for that reason, you have to use the sampling technique as the case study or the criterion sampling. Then if your data is coming from the any document or content analysis, so mostly the library science people, those who are doing the BLib and MLib and PhD in the library science, they are using this document or content analysis. So in this document and content analysis, you have to use high purposive sampling of the text, and you have to do the select documents relevant to the research process. So these are the 4 criteria altogether to get some sort of sampling techniques under the qualitative research. Now you see, this is the some sort of formulas, ready-made formulas we have concluded. So are there formula in qualitative sampling? No, there is no such mathematical formula actually. But we can go for the saturation formula previously I told you. Keep sampling until no new things emerge, often 12 to 20 interviews. But this varies from case study to case study based upon your study. So maximum to maximum, minimum 12 interview and maximum 20 interview you can do. And next one, you have to see the information power. Who has given? Malterud et al. 2016. This is one thumb rule. The more relevant and detailed your participants are, the fewer you need. If your participants are more relevant, if you are coming to know, then there is no need to conduct further participant. Be careful. So this is called as the information power. Means if participant is much more powered with the information, you don't go for more than 20 interviews. That is the information power technique and also the saturation technique. Then theoretical sampling loops, which is used in the grounded theory and sample iteratively based on emerging theory until saturation. That means you can start doing your start conducting your interviews until and unless the different things are coming. Once you are finding that no different is coming, you stop. That's the concept for choosing the sample in the qualitative research. So already I told you this is a summary table. So there are 4 factors to choose the sampling under the qualitative. One is research objective, context and population accessibility and types of data. Already I discussed, no need to take. Then after that, we have to go for the sample size determination. So under the sample size determination, so there is some sort of a formula. Now I will show you. So now you see, this is some sort of things. Now you see, there are so now some principles for the sample size determination, which is more important thing, because already we have seen the criteria to find the sample under the qualitative research. But now we have to see some sort of a thumb rule to get the sample size. What would be the exact sample size under the different methods? So typical sample size range, it is a guidance, not the rules. Be careful. It is not a rule. It is a guidance, thumb rule we are using. So if you are conducting, if your method is in-depth interviews, that means interview is one type of data. Already I told in the previous slide. If it is your in-depth interview, so suggested range is 15 to 30 interviews you should conduct, not more than that, not less than that. And be careful, if past 6 interview are giving the same result, you should not conduct the 7th to 30. You stop it. That is called as the saturation point. Clear? So that you have to remember. So in-depth interviews 15 to 30 you have to conduct. That's the thumb rule. So if the past 6 interview out of past 12, if past 6 is giving the same thing, no deviation, you should not conduct the 13th or 7th one. That's the thumb rule. If your method is if data type is from the focus group discussion, so maximum 6 group you can conduct, minimum 3 group you should conduct. And for each of the group, 6 to 10 groups per group or participants or key informants, 6 to 10. Sometime it may reach to 15, sometime, not every time, but average is 6 to 10. It may reach to 12 and 15, no doubt about it. You may go, but the similar thing you have to find out. 3 to 6 groups, when you are conducting, you see what are the deviations. If no such deviations, let's say conduct first 3, no deviation is coming, so there is no need of 4th, 5th, 6th. So for that reason, it is minimum 3 and maximum 6. So after 3 and even first, second 3, if the first 3 focus group are giving the different scenarios for the same objective or same goal, you are forced enough to continue the 4th group and 5th group. And 4th and 5th group, if they are giving the similar result, no need to conduct the 6th group. But each group should have minimum 6 informants, key informants, or maximum 10 key informants. Sometime it may reach the 10 key informants. Then if your method is suitable for the case studies, means case study means if your study is going for the deep analysis, not the breadth analysis, then 3 to 10 cases you can. Let us say you are conducting some tourism. Let us say tourism in Andhra Pradesh, tourism in Odisha, tourism in Maharashtra, or tourism in Jammu Kashmir. Bas, finish. 3 to 10 based upon the study, based upon your objective. Not less than 3, not more than 10 cases. So you can write a case study, article. So when you are doing some sort of research article, so you may reflect or you may use the 3 cases minimum to make your paper strong, and maximum 10, not more than that. Then people will laugh at it. So that's the thumb rule. And if it is your ethnography method, then ethnography means if you are focused on the cultural settings and social settings, then you have to go for on-site visit and with a prolonged engagement. That means on-site visit, and sometimes you have to go for the repeated study. So today you are going, just you leave someday, then you have to go next time, then you leave someday, then you have to go next time. So you have to continue this process to find out the different things. And after the break, if you are finding no such different thing, then you can stop it. So that's the thing. So that is the rule we are bringing. And the sample size approximately 30 to 40. Usually we are finding the 30 to 40 key participants if you are conducting any qualitative studies. So 30 to 40 participants is enough for you, not more than that. That is the good condition. And this number was considered sufficient to reach data saturation, ensure diversity of perspectives across districts, and allow for thematic comparison. So if your study is comparing different themes, you may go for this. And sampling, combined purposive sampling, snowball sampling, maximum variance, already I told you in the previous slide. So in that way, you can combine. So not only one technique you have to use, not only one method you have to use the different. Purposive simultaneously you can use, purposively snowball you can use, maximum variation you can use. So different method you can use. Then we will come to the data saturation. Already I told within, I told you that saturation method given by the Guest et al. 2006. This is the author and example from the literature. And he told that saturation occurred within the first 12 interviews. Already I told in the previous slide. And first 6 interviews captured most major themes. So that is your thing. And this is the rule of thumb, and this is called as the model or heuristic approach in finding the sample size determination under the qualitative. So heuristic approach is telling in-depth analysis 15 to 30, depending upon your topic and complexity and diversity. Focus group already I told you 3 to 6, usually categorized by subgroups, youth, women's, and officials. For example, case study I told you previously 3 to 10, it is 4 to 10. Some people are telling 4 to 10, some people are telling 3 to 10 based upon that, but 10 is maximum. And multiple embedded cases help with cross case comparison. So if you want to compare the different cases, then you have to go for the case studies. Then you have to find out good case analysis. And in the grounded theory, here you can take interviews method, and 20 to 30 interview you can make it. And due to evolving theory, because you are going to evolve the new theory, for that reason 20 to 30 interview. And thumb rule is that within first 12 interviews, 6 interview you capture. If they are going with the similar theme, you should not conduct more. And then ethnography, already I told you in the last slide, 1 to 2 sites, and extended immersion, smaller number of key informants. And phenomenological study, those who have attended my previous lecture during the mixed methodology. So I was talking about the phenomenology. So in the phenomenological method, you have to use the 5 to 15 participants, not more than that, not less than that. And it will be focusing on the lived experience. Be careful. Sometimes live experience you are wanting to capture. So when, let us say you are showing, you are seeing, you are viewing some sort of a cricket match. So different cricket match you are viewing. And let us say you are a cricket lover. So you want to make one cricket story. So for that reason, it will be called as the phenomenological study. For that reason, you have to conduct 5 to 15 participants for your research. Then narrative research, also previous in the previous lecture, I told about the narrative research. If the narrative research is there, then 3 to 10 stories, because you have to read the different stories and novels. So minimum is 3 and maximum is 10, just like the case study approach. And it will give you the in-depth life story, life history, or personal narratives. So if you want to make some sort of comparative bibliographic stories, so then you have to go for this narrative research, making minimum 3 persons and maximum 10 persons stories. So in that way, you can get some sort of a heuristic approach or rule of thumb estimates for qualitative sample determinations. Then next one, it is very interesting one. Actually, what I was talking about, and most of the people are knowing very limited way. So this is the exact formula what we have designed. Because I have not designed, this is the tool and model, not the formulaic, but it is a structure. And in most of the cases, if you are keen enough to use the quantitative thing, even in the qualitative, it is acceptable. And for your kind information, please be particular in this PPT. Here, the formula is given. They proposed an empirical tool to predict the number of interviews needed for the saturation. Because already I told you about the saturation story. So under the saturation, this is the formula. This is the small n, it is the sample size needed. Capital N is the number of themes. How many themes you are expecting in your case, that you have to identify first of all. Then average number of themes per interview. Per interview, how many number of themes you have to conduct, that you have to know. Then D stands for the desired level of discovery. So maybe, for example, 0.9 or 90% of the theme discovery. And R is the rate at which themes are uncovered across interviews. Then you can use this one and you can get the sample size. So this is the mathematical way to deal the qualitative research sample size determination. So if somebody will tell that there is no such mathematical jargon to find out the to find out the sample size for the qualitative research, it is wrong. Because Gustav, Guest and Neme and Chain in the year 2020, they have developed this. But it is not a formula, it is a structured thing. So they have put it from their experience, not from the strategic mathematical inputs. So you have to remember these things. Then information power model given by the Maltiod et al. 2016, already I told you in the previous slide, that is the information power model. So these two things you can use to get the sample size under the qualitative research. Then we have to go for the sampling methods. Because what we have finished, sampling frame, we have finished. Sampling techniques, we have finished. Under the sampling techniques, different considerations and, some formulas we have seen, some sample size determination formula we have seen. And under the sampling frame, we have seen some sort of rules and principles. The criteria we have seen and some rules we have seen, some principles we have seen. Similarly, in the sampling methods, what are the sampling methods? Already I told you, the only sampling method is the non-probability sampling method, because probability sampling method is not accepted anyway in the qualitative research. That's why our focus is in the non-qualitative, non-probability concept. So under the non-probability, very strong is purpose-driven selection, what I already told. So rules already I told, same thing will come here, no change. Just I have narrated, nothing will come differently. And information rich case already I discussed, and relevance over the representative, case. And the contextual depth is more valuable than the breadth, because you have to go for the context, you have to go for the deep. Then next rule is saturation as the guiding limit. Already I told you the saturation point. Flexibility and iteration, already I told you, theoretical and grounded theory. And transparency and justification, already I told you there is no need of telling. That means already the rules guiding the sampling method, the rules guiding the sampling frame are almost similar, not much more different. With a slight difference, you will find nothing more. Then next one is the fit between the sampling method and phenomenon. So already I told you, choose a sampling technique that matches the nature of the phenomenon. That means here you can use the multiple sampling techniques based upon your topic and phenomena. For example, here previous slide I told you maximum variation sampling, where you have to use to explore the different perspective. Already I told in the previous slide. So if you want to use the snowball sampling, then use the snowball sampling for hidden population, which you do not know. Then you can use the snowball sampling. Then where you will use the critical case sampling to highlight the significant and unique situation. So something unique you want to find out, then in that case, you have to use the critical case sampling, not criterion sampling. Then next one is the context specific sampling. Already I told you context, maybe it is cultural context or scope context, or it may be society context. So in that case, you can go for the ethnographic studies, what I told in the previous slides. Then ethnical soundness, it is very important. The ethnical soundness is very important one during the sample size collection and sample size determination. Sampling practices must uphold the ethical research standard, respect for autonomy, confidentiality, and cultural sensitivity. So if you are not maintaining this thing, the key informants will not give you any information. Be careful. So that should be must in collecting the sample in the qualitative research, and participant must provide informed consent. You have to take the permission. Sir, I am taking the data from you, and can you give me the permission? You have to take the permission and consent from them. Then after you can start collecting the data. So these are some sort of ethical issues under the sampling methods. So now we have to see what are the principles. So basically the 9 principles are there under the sampling methods in the qualitative research. The first one is the purpose alignment. First principle is the purpose alignment. So if your purpose is aligned, then explanation is the sampling must reflect the research aim and question. That means your sample should address or reflect the research aim and objective. That means you have made your research objective. So sampling must reflect that research aim and objective. Now you see your research objective in the quantitative research, research objective in the qualitative research are altogether different. And we are in the qualitative research. So when your objective changes based upon the research type, qualitative or quantitative, then your purpose should be aligned in that line. Purpose means objective. So in that way, you have to do. Then if your principle is information rich participant, that means if you want to find out the information rich participants, then what you have to do? Then select those with deep relevant knowledge. That means you have to choose the person who has the much more information. Then you can find out. Then if it is non-statistical focus, yes, because qualitative research is not bending towards the statistical focus. There is no statistics. There is non-statistical focus by default. So quantitative means a statistical focus, but qualitative means non-statistical focus. And focus is on meaning, not representativeness. Because if statistics is involved, definitely the question of representativeness will come up. If a statistics word is absent in place of representative, you have to focus on the meaning of the word, the meaning of what they have delivered. So that you have to interpret. That's the meaning. And data saturation. If the principle is data saturation, stop when no new data emerges. Already I told you. That means you have to conduct up to 12, but you check first 6. If you past 6, there is no such different new data, then you stop this. No need to go for that. That is called as the data saturation. So maximum to maximum 20 you can take. Out of 20, 12, first 12 will be the grade, and out of first 12, then first 6 is the most important thing. If the first 6 is not giving you the different thing, then you stop your data collection from that. Then flexibility. If your principle is flexibility, sampling can evolve during data collection. That means sampling can evolve during data collection. That means there is some sort of flexibility. You can change sometime. And justification and transparency. Sampling method must be documented and explained because it is qualitative research. Be careful. It is qualitative research. If key informant is telling something because he has more information, either you record it or you code it in somewhat way. Then when you come to your table for the analysis, then you can listen or you can decode it, then you can print it for the audience or for the public. So that is needed. Then if your principle is appropriateness of the technique, then use a method that fits the phenomenon because different methods are there. Maximum variation sampling, snowball sampling, criterion cases sampling, yes or no, purposive sampling. So they are used for specific cases, not for all cases. So in that way, you have to see which cases it will be used. So appropriateness of the technique you have to follow. And in that period, you have to see what method is suitable. Then contextual relevance, whether it is local, cultural, or situational factors that you have to consider. In that way, the contextual relevance. Then ethical integrity. Already I told you ethical soundness means protect participant rights and data. So these are some sort of principles which guides the sampling methods under the qualitative research. So now we have to go for the our just a minute. So this is how you are getting your so now I have given one example. So now you may be asking me Yes, the features, and next one is the sampling strategy. With this, our things will be ending and we'll be going for some sort of examples. So now the sampling strategy, because we have finished sampling framework, sampling techniques, sampling methods. The last part is the sampling strategy. So in the initial stage, I told you what is sampling strategy. Sampling strategy is the combination of a sampling frame, sampling technique, sampling method. It cannot be vice versa. Be careful. You should start from the theoretical population, empirical population, sampling frame, sampling technique, sampling method, lastly sampling strategy. So if you will cover the previous things, then it becomes the sampling strategy. So now what are the features and purpose of the sampling strategy? In the last slide, we'll see the sampling strategy. There are different sampling strategies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sampling strategy we have seen here. So there are some sort of key features and there are some sort of main purpose. So if you are using the purposive sampling, what is the key feature? It is knowledge-based selection. Knowledge-based selection. And main purpose is depth of insight. That you have to remember. And if your strategy, if your sampling strategy in qualitative research is snowball sampling, then it is key feature is a referral from participants. One, you do not know anything. You are blind at the field. Just randomly you are picking one person. Then he is guiding second person. Second is third. Third is fourth. Just like it is a chain. This is a chain like. So this is called as snowball sampling. And it is accessing to the hidden population. Let us say some remote area is there. You are not knowing. I told you. So initial stages, you can go for the snowball sampling. So once snowball sampling is finished, then you have to go for the next purposive or first of all snowball or convenience. Then you have to go for the purposive sampling. I told you in the previous slides. So you should not only stop here because of the limited access of the population. You cannot tell that. People tell, the people will laugh at you. Then next one is the theoretical. So under the theoretical, it is driven by the emerging theory. Means some new theory you are going to develop. So if you are going to develop some new theory, then theoretical and theoretical development, and it is called as a grounded theory, isn't it? So under the grounded theory, your sampling strategy will be theoretical sampling strategy. And maximum variation, keep diversity in cases. So let us say you are finding different cases in one region. Let us say in one region, Hindu is there, Muslim is there, Sikh is there, Jain is there, Buddhist is there. So their lifestyles are different. So you cannot go for purposive sampling, you cannot go for snowball sampling, you cannot go for theoretical sampling. If you will go for that, the wrong sample will come to your hand, and if you will show it to the public, public will laugh at you. Isn't it? Even layman will laugh at you. So for that reason, you see where you are addressing. So the addressing area is filled with the varieties of the characters or variety of the characteristics. If it is, then you have to go for the maximum variation criteria or variation strategy. Then pattern recognizes across differences. Then next one is the homogeneous sampling strategy. Similar participants, I told you, goal is similar, but their objective or their means are different. Like I told you, all people are interested to sit here for listening this delivery. But you are coming from the different corners of India. So that is homogeneous sampling strategy. If I will pick 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, then it is homogeneous and it is called in-depth understanding. So that I can get some sort of in-depth understanding what the person attending from the Tamil Nadu is doing, what the person attending from the Andhra Pradesh is doing. So if I am collecting all the things, feet and feet from different corners of India, then it will be homogeneous in nature. Convenience sampling, already I told you that population accessibility is limited, easy access, and practical conditions, convenience sampling. Then critical case, highly illustrative case. Highly illustrative case. Some example is there. You want to show that example to the, just like, अभी पुलवामा case, sorry, Pahalgam case, critical case, something, critical case. Recently, 22nd, somebody is died. So that's the highly illustrative case, highly discussed case. So if you want to focus on that, that will be the critical case sampling. That is not quantitative study, that is qualitative study. If you want to do some sort of research now in the Pahalgam case, that will come under the critical case. That good example I'm sharing, it is not written in the book. Now from the experience I'm telling, when I'm delivering, immediately I'm vomiting. So you should understand this thing and insight into most important example. Now Pahalgam is the most most important example throughout the world, not only in India, but also in the global area. So this is the critical case nowadays. So next one is the typical case sampling strategy. Representative case means average typical case. Yes, there is a common fight between Pakistan and India. This is typical, common. Maybe it is some sort of word wars, or maybe some sort of cricket game wars. Whenever you will find the Pakistan-India game, there is some sensitive issue. So that is typical. That is representative case. Whenever you will make the India-Pakistan match, whether it is hockey, whether it is tennis, or whether it is hockey, or whether it is cricket, it is typical case. And understand the common experience. Common experience is what? If we will make the India-Pakistan match, in whatever context, there will be some sort of heartbreaking things, some sort of sensitive issues will come up. So that's the typical. So this is the sampling strategies, feature and points. So now I will take you to some sort of example. So let's say I am giving you one example. Now, when I am assessing these sampling strategies in the qualitative research, now I have taken for you for rural tourism in Mizoram, because I am sitting in the Mizoram. So when I prepared this title, so just from my thesis, I found that yes, let me share to the audience so that it will be very clear. In the qualitative research, you are not subject to put only one technique or one method or one strategy. No, you have to combine different methods, different strategies, not only one. So for that reason, it may be the combination. For example, I am telling the rural tourism in Mizoram. So in rural tourism in Mizoram, what type of sampling method I have used, you see? Purposive sampling I have used. Maximum variation sampling I have used. Snowball sampling I have used. Theoretical sampling I have used. Typical and critical case sampling also I have used. How many sampling strategy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In one study, I have used 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 qualitative sampling strategy I have used, not only one. So how I have used, I am showing you the practical experience. So when I use the purposive sampling, I selected economically involved individuals to interview stakeholders like homestay owners and tourism owners. Purposively I collect. Then after fulfilling this, then I saw that there is some sort of a geographic and cultural diversity. In Mizoram, there are 11 districts. Geographically, they are different. Culturally, also they are different. So when I found that, by definitely, if geography is different, though people are similar, they will behave differently. For that reason, I use the maximum variation sampling. When I went to different districts, I found different opinion. For that reason, I thought I have to use maximum variation sampling method, not the purposive. If I will use the purposive here, my result will be wrong. I cannot address my objective, isn't it? So to include voices from different villages, ages, and genders. Different village under different geographic area, under different cultural diversity. So different things I will get it. And snowball sampling. So when I started this thing, snowball sampling also I used. Also I forgot to use. I forgot to show you here convenience sampling. Also snowball sampling also I use to reach the informal actors, those who are not formal, those who are not known to the public. How I'll come to know? So for that reason, I identify some artisan or informal guides involved in tourism through reference. Just I asked one artisan, bamboo artisan. Here bamboo is very famous. I asked one bamboo artisan. Then I told, where is your friends? Then they told, okay, their friend is there in another district. Then I went. So in that way, I took the references and I reached the unknown people by using the snowball samples. Then I used the theoretical sampling because why I am using the theoretical sampling? I told you theoretical sampling will be used to emerge some new phenomena or new story. Yes, when I started researching, I got some new things which was not discovered or which was not revealed to the public earlier. So for that reason, it becomes new for me and new for the public. That's why I called it, I have to go for the theoretical sample to depend emerging things like gender or migration. Here I can tell you one gender issue now you see. Gender and the migration. What happened in the Mizoram? With respect to the gender, what happened? Here female is there and male is there. You know, in the Mizoram, the female are more active than the male. Be careful. Most of the time, the female are running the business and male are sitting. But when position will come up in the offices, the women are restricted not to take the position, highest position. They will say, you are the female, you do all the cooking activities and home activities in the home, and the male will go out freely. And whenever tourism concept is coming, let us say some sort of a bamboo or some sort of a selling item is coming, bamboo related selling items. So male will not come to the front to sell that. The female will sit in the shop to sell that. So for that reason, I found some sort of gender disparity is there or gender inequality is there with respect to the business activities. So for that reason, I thought, it is a new concept for me because most of the time we have seen that yes, male are doing all the things in the mainlands. Just even in my Odisha, I'm belonging to Odisha. Even in my Odisha, even I am the professor here in the Mizoram Central University. My wife is also the assistant engineer in the civil engineering PR department, state government. So she is not she is also taking care of the home, and also she is doing her service, and also I am doing my service. But thing is that the way the Mizoram is doing for the female, I am not doing for my wife in the Odisha. So that gives me something. No, I have to go for that. So for that reason, I choose the gender. So then I thought some sort of new things will be coming up. So that's why it's theoretical sampling. Then with respect to the migration, I saw something because it is close to the Myanmar border. And some sort of infiltrants are there. Some migrants are coming from Manipur, from Myanmar. So here there is a opium trees are there. So some 16-kilometer border is not yet fenced till now. So some Burmese are telling that we have some sort of ancestors in the Mizoram, and Mizoram is telling some sort of ancestors are there in Burma. For that reason, that 16-kilometer border should not be closed. So there is some sort of a migration. So that also gives me some sort of enthusiasm that no, I have to go for that. So for that reason, it is a new concept I got. So for that reason, it is theoretical sampling. That means if a theme like migration due to tourism emerges, then why migration is coming? When tourism is coming, when some tourist is coming to get the employment, those who are in the Burma, those who are in the Myanmar, they are coming through that open border to the Mizoram to get some sort of employment because of this tourism. So I was surprised by actually I am not getting the exact population of the Mizoram. So that's the story. So that motivates me to go for the migration, collecting the migration data because of this tourism. So that becomes the theoretical sampling method. Then I thought of the typical. Typical, I told you, typical means average, means for comparative village profiles. Typical, what is the common phenomenon between the villages or amongst the villages in 11 districts? That I want to develop, whether it is similar or different. So whether it is common, if it is not common, what is a critical case? What I told you that Pahalgam case. So just critical case, why I choose? You might have heard that few months before there was a violence between the Manipur and the Mizoram. So that makes the situation warming. So that was the critical case for me. So for that reason, both critical, typical, critical, theoretical, snowball sampling, maximum variation sampling, purposive sampling. Also, I have not shown you here. Also, I have used the stratified sampling, which is under the qualitative. But stratified also you can use here. After framing this thing, you can use the stratified, which is coming under the quantitative. So that will be the another part. It is not under this. So you can go for this. So this is the example. This is the practical example. What I'm showing, because theory I was teaching you just a few minutes before. But if you are not able to apply it, what are the sampling strategies in the qualitative research? Which method, which technique you will use, and how the sampling will be collected in the qualitative research, and how the sampling frame will be done, and from the sampling frame, how you will collect the sample, and what should be the range of the sample, and if the range of the sample is fixed, what will be the rules and principles, and what will be the criteria, and what will be the thumb rule, and what will be the heuristic approach to consider the sample size under different principles, different methods you are not knowing in the qualitative research, then it is very difficult to collect the data. People are telling it is very small thing of affairs to deal with the qualitative. It is not small thing. If your qualitative data is not perfect, it will put you in the hell and you will be nowhere. And whatever objective you have put, it will go to the hell also. So for that reason, you should be very careful and you should be having the in-depth knowledge to understand the qualitative research and their sampling strategies. Because what the organizers have chosen for me, it is very, very vital in this platform I am telling you, because sampling strategy in the qualitative research is not a one-day game. It is a thought-provoking game. So you have to think it. And different things are there. Just people are telling purposive sampling, snowball sampling, and some sort of quota sampling. Just in theoretical, they are saying. But if you go to the practical side, maximum and many things you will get it today, what I have shown to you. So even I will show you in my study also how to justify the sample size, because sample size to be justified also. So what I did in my study, this study employed purposive and sampling, snowball sampling with an estimated sample size of 30 to 40 interviews across 4 districts. Now you see, maximum to maximum 30 to 40 I have chosen, isn't it? And sample size was guided by the principle of data saturation that I have mentioned in the previous, and informed by the existing qualitative research standards, which suggest 20 to 30 interviews for thematic saturation. So if it will be thematic, 20 to 30 interviews, and then interview, I told you, if the past 6 interview will give you the same result, you should not go for the 7th interview. Because I extended this part, because the rule was telling that 6 to 12 or maximum 20, but I increased to the 30 to find the more things because of the migration issues and some sort of gender issues were there. So new themes were coming up. For that reason, I added more interviews and I was succeeded in that way. Then flexibility was retained to continue the data collection until no new themes are emerged. So when I conducted my data, I found that only two themes I found, new two themes, that the gender issue and the migration issue. Then when I searched other data from the field, I didn't find some sort of new themes with respect to the tourism. Then I stopped it. Then after that, I didn't find any third thing. Then with this, I am completing my deliberations. Now, questions and answer sessions will be coming up. If anything will be there, you may now. Thank you very much.
Any question from their participants?
Anything, please? Yes. Nobody. I think people understood.
I hope so, sir.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, I have a question. If we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
going for a qualitative research,
Listen. First, start
we
before starting
are
the
going for a
question.
qualitative research, which should be the most appropriate sampling
First-
method that we should go for if we
First
are
tell your-
targeting in higher education employees.
Just a minute. First, you tell your name and the place you are belonging and your academic things. Then you start the questioning. Then I can address each. Your name, the place belonging, and the academics you are doing or academics you are involved. These three things I need so that I can address your question. Because it is qualitative research. It will not be fit for all at the same time. Please. Yeah. Yes, please. That I want to know. Yes. Is there any internet problem from your side?
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Good evening.
Sir, this is Hanumanta from Karnataka.
Yes.
Sir, I'm studying. I'm already completed my PhD
Okay.
in sociology.
Oh, very good.
The beggars are completely scattered. So I was used snowball sampling.
Okay.
For that respondent. Is it okay or sir not okay? It's
Already
good
I
or
told
not?
you. I think you are not very active when I was delivering the part. Now you see, what is the snowball? Snowball sampling
sir.
is just a referral system. You are not knowing, you are blind at the site and you are going for the first time and you are trying
Yes,
to have some data. Are you getting me? So for that reason,
sir,
you
yes, sir.
are wanting to access even the remote areas. Am I right? So
Yes,
it
sir.
is better than that of the convenience sampling. Am I right? So when you are doing the snowball sampling, so
Yes, sir.
you just use your brain. Once you are getting some sort of referral or reference, then you use your brain and use that reference to find out the new themes so that you can get some new ideas. You should not be strict that yes, I am working on this theme and I don't want to have the extra theme. So only I will go on, and I will keep asking, and I will finish my work because it is qualitative. And especially you are talking about the sociology, and sociology, it deals with the society. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Deals with the sociology, and
Yes, sir,
most of the ethnographic studies, culture, setting, society, isn't it? So,
Yes,
and
sir.
grounded theory, and ethnographic studies are most important in this way. Getting my point or not? So, snowball
getting.
sampling is good enough. It is good enough because you are blind at the site.
Yes.
You are blind, but you are not blind at towards the end of your thesis. Am I right? You have to
Yes, sir.
open your mind. So people say only you are going for the snowball sampling. So where the other
Yes, sir.
sampling method will be used? Are you getting my answer? I think.
Yes, sir. Sir, beggars are given same answer when we will finish that. Beggars are given same answer.
Listen.
Same.
Why
So,
it is same you see? Why it is same you see? Just
because
come to my point. Come to my point.
okay, sir. Yes, sir.
You are talking about the beggar.
Yes, sir.
Now
Beggars are.
now I'm telling two types of beggars are there. Two types of beggars.
Yes, sir.
One is real beggar. One
sir.
is fake beggar. One
Yes,
is
sir.
fake beggar. One is real beggar.
Yes.
Those who
Yes,
are
sir.
real beggar, if you will keep asking, they will give the same answer. By my economic condition are not good, and I am disabled, and I am blah blah blah. For that reason,
Yes,
I
sir.
am on the road to have some sort of alms from you. That's common answer
Okay,
you
sir.
will get. I
Yes,
think
sir.
that's the
Yes.
problem with you. That's the problem with you.
Ye-
That I
Yes,
cannot
sir.
do
Yes, sir.
anything.
Yes.
Second, fake beggar is there. Fake beggar is there.
Yes, sir.
You might
Yes,
be
sir.
knowing
Absolutely.
few years before there was a video viral. Fake beggar,
Okay.
what he was doing, morning time or daytime, he was keep begging. He keeps begging, and night time he was enjoying his life.
Yes,
He
sir.
was enjoying
Absolutely,
his
sir.
life.
Absolutely,
If
sir.
you go for the even the YouTube, you will find it. So
Oh,
if
sir.
you will ask this type of beggar, you
Yes,
cannot
sir.
find the similar answer. Daytime you ask,
Oh,
night time you ask,
yes.
you will not find the same answer. In different facial
Yes, sir.
facial mask, you go and ask, and if you go with the same facial mask, he will
Yes,
recognize
sir.
you because he is the fake beggar. He knows all the tricks. Are you getting me? So he will give you
Yes,
the
sir.
same
Yes, sir.
answer. He will give you the same
Yes, sir.
answer.
Yes. Yes,
So
sir.
just
Thank you, sir.
it is not exhaustive answer. It is just
Yes.
example to your question. Other
Yes, sir.
things can
Thank you,
come.
sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Welcome. Any question, please? Please come up because this is the emergent discussion. It is a good discussion
Good evening,
because good
sir.
things.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
So I have a question. Can you
Please,
tell?
before the question, you tell your name, from where you are coming, and which academic you are pursuing or you have done
Yes,
already.
sir.
These three things I need because it is qualitative research.
Yes, sir. My name is Pooja, and I'm from Coimbatore. I'm a research scholar, PhD research scholar.
Okay. In which area?
Coimbatore, from Perinakinpalim. I'm from Ramakrishna Vidyalaya.
No, Ramakrishna Vidyalaya. Which study? Which subject?
I'm into social work, sir.
Social. Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yes,
That
sir.
I know. That I know.
Yes, sir. So I just want to know the reference book which covers today's topic, sir. Which had covered today's topic. Can you suggest us a few?
Creswell, without any doubt. Creswell, you follow.
Okay. So
Creswell.
just only the
But
Creswell book.
no. You see, Creswell has different versions. Mixed method is there. Quantitative is there. Qualitative is there. Basically, he is focusing on the qualitative and mixed one. So different editions under different publications are there. Creswell. Okay. You
Okay.
just search Creswell. That will be guiding to you.
Okay.
That will be
Okay, sir.
guiding to you. That is the base. So
Okay.
once you
Okay,
do
sir.
that, then other authors will be there. First, you digest that part. Creswell.
Okay. Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I would like to inform the team to pass on the YouTube link to the group so that it will be useful for the future references.
It will
Because
be.
every day, Yes, sir. Every day we will be receiving right after they send the link, but today it is not there.
No, today it will be
request
done.
the team to pass on
Don't-
the link on the group.
Don't worry, it will be done.
Yes,
because
yes.
because my last lecture they have put in the YouTube. Even this time also it is going on. Even today lecture will be on the YouTube. Don't worry, because
Okay.
organizers have promised me to do that. Because already I told that should be in the YouTube so that people will get benefit out of it. Because today session is very interesting session and very important session to me also.
Okay.
Though I am from the quantitative background, but still I am working in the qualitative, because without qualitative, there is no such case of the quantitative. People are crazy for the quantitative, only cooking the data and doing the things. I am just, I am beyond that, isn't it? So first you focus on the qualitative, then you go for the quantitative. That's my suggestion.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
please.
sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, anybody please? Come on.
Question, sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes. Name,
Uh,
place, and
I'm-
your.
Sir, I'm Saraswati and I have completed my PhD. Like what you said, you have your background in quantitative. Similarly, I have also my
No, you
background
tell
in
me.
quantitative.
You tell me PhD in which subject?
Yes, I have completed my PhD in population
Which sub-
studies.
Population studies. Oh,
Yes.
demography. Okay,
Yes,
okay, okay.
demography.
Demography,
So-
which is the part of us. From which area? From which university or from which area you are belonging?
I was in Jawaharlal Nehru University.
JNU. Oh, very good.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
JNU Delhi.
So
Okay.
I have worked on quantitative techniques. Now I am interested in exploring qualitative techniques as well. So I was planning to conduct a study on particular tribes, but on the mortality pattern and their treatment seeking behavior. Like the size of the population, I know, but how many of them are having any kind of disease that is not known to me. In that case, what are the techniques or what are the methods that I can adopt? Means
Okay.
my sample size and other methods.
Sample size you have known.
I just know the total population of the tribe, but how many of them might have certain disease is unknown to me.
Okay,
Or
that
any
means
disease is unknown.
one thing confirm that your empirical population you know.
Yes,
Am I right?
total size of population just yes.
No, now don't be confused. You tell me population two types. Already I told you in the very first line. One
Okay.
is theoretical population, one is empirical population. So what you are talking, that is your empirical population.
Empirical, yes.
On
yes.
which you are going to study. Am I right?
Yes.
That is
Yes.
your empirical population. That empirical
Yes.
population leads to your sampling framework. From that sampling framework will come. Am I right?
Okay.
Okay. Then how many sample you have decided? Tell me.
I have not yet decided, but it will depend upon how many of them are having any kind of disease. So that is not
Okay.
known to me.
Okay. So now you see, first of all, as you are from the population studies, it belongs to
Yes.
the economics because it is the demography. We are calling it is the demography. Also, we are
Yes.
dealing with these demographic studies.
Mhm.
So when we are dealing with these demographic studies, this mortality case is also coming. So first of all, you just cross check with the secondary data. First of all, secondary data, some data you will get the tribe mortality in that area. If it is not available, then you have to find out one thing. Can you tell me how many tribe populations are there? Just I want to know. Then I can suggest something.
I just want to study on 2 tribes.
2 tribes, okay?
Yes, only 2 tribes.
So
And
total
the
tribe,
population is also very low. Yes.
total population, how much? You tell me.
One tribe, it's almost 300.
Okay.
This is the total population. And other tribe is in thousands, maybe 400 4 or 5,000, something like that.
Maybe 5,000, let us have.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now you see, if one tribe is 300, now you see, two tribes are there. One question I want and one clarification I want from you. Whether two tribes are behaving differently or similar. That I want to know. That is
Belong
my
to just one category. They belong to
category.
one category. Yes.
Finish. I got the answer. Now you see, your total population is 5,300. Empirical population. Clear? Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now, you have two options. Now, first of all, you have to go for quantitative analysis, then you have to go for the qualitative analysis, then it will be mixed analysis, and it will be called as sequential explanatory method for you. I have given, you can write it in your thesis or in your project. Your method will be sequential explanatory method. Clear? Now I am coming to the point. I will give you the answer for you. Now total size of the population is 5,300 in total, not more than that, maximum. And you are telling two tribes are behaving in the similar way. So there is no variation. There is no variation. So one thing, first of all, here you have to find out the sample size.
Yes.
Sample size either by using Yamane formula or Cochrane formula. I am giving you the hint also. Cochrane 1963, Yamane 1967, either or. Both the things will give you the same answer, maximum to maximum 390 sample.
Okay.
Are you getting me? 390, not more than that. In the worst case, if you go to the table analysis of Yamane with the 5%, also you will get less than 390. So now you are in the one step ahead to get the sample size. So now your sample size is clear cut. Nobody can question you. So now you blindly you can go for 390. And one more thing I can add here, because your work is not completely qualitative, because you know the population exactly. You know the population exactly, but you do not know the case exactly. The mortality case you do not know exactly. That's the question. So now what you have to do, 390 thing is there. So when there is some sort of uncertainty, let us say you are administering 390 questionnaire to the people. Getting my point or not?
Yes.
So some respondent might not answer you, might not return you. So there is a non-response. There is a non-response error.
Yes.
So because of that, in JNU, maybe my friend is there, Minoketan Behra, Professor Minoketan Behra. Whether you are knowing or not, I do not know. Because several times I have given the lecture in the JNU platform through my friends, Minoketan Behra, Professor Minoketan Behra. So anyhow, so now 10% of that you add it. 390 plus 10% of 390, 39 means not 40. So 390 plus 40, it is 430. Clear? So you administer 430. You administer 430. Clear? Now you got the sample. So now how to administer? How to administer it? Now you see. These two tribes, they are in different places or in the adjacent places. That I want to know.
Two different districts, but in a similar, geographical condition.
Okay. Their language are different.
Yes, language are different.
Language different. Geographical settings are different.
Geographical settings are similar, but they are in different districts, located in different districts.
Language are different.
Yes, language are different.
Cultural settings.
Cultural settings are also different.
Fooding habits.
one tribe is more progressive than compared to other. Means there are
Now I got
differences.
now I got the point. Now you do one thing.
Yes.
This 430. Now you
Yes.
go for the disproportionate sampling method. In the quantitative analysis, disproportionate sampling strategy is there. Why I am telling disproportionate strategy? Because one tribe is having maximum 300 population and another tribe is having 5,000. If you take the equal proportion, you will not get
Yes.
the exact answer. For that reason, you have to use disproportionate sampling strategy method. That means you have to give more priority to the tribe where the 5,000 people are there. More data collection will be there and less data collection will be from the 300. Clear?
Okay.
Are you getting me? Are you getting me?
Yes, yes, sir, I'm getting.
So now you are confirmed up to this. Then what you
Okay.
have to do in the next? Then before administering anything, you must conduct one pilot survey in both the tribes.
Okay.
Randomly, purposively.
Okay.
Fast purposively. Okay. So purposively, you conduct a study which is not formal, just to get some sort of idea. Both in both the tribes, both tribal area. Clear? So you will get some sort of inputs. Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible. Hello, sir.
Okay. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Some internet problem was there. Now internet connected. So
Okay.
now Saraswati ji.
Yes. sir.
So now you just tell that pattern also I want to know, so that you can how you will administer, which method you have to use. That I have to know first. Up to this I have come. Tell me. They are staying in one big land, or they are located in different patches of the same tribe land.
They are located in different patches.
Do you know that patches name?
Yes.
Okay. So how many patches are there where the 5,000 people are there?
Actually, they are located, the population which the tribe having population of 5,000, they are located in different districts. Yes, there are almost 3 districts where they are located.
That is the thing. Then 300 people, one district or 2 districts?
In one district.
Bas, finish. Now you see, total 4 districts are there. And if we take the 4 districts as 100%, 75% is going towards the 500 people. And 25% is going towards the one district. So this is the logic, quantitative logic.
Okay.
So now you have done the stratification. After purposeful stratification you have done. So you choose 3 districts, one district, one district. And here 1 district is compulsory. So where the more tribal people are there, 3 districts are there. So in the 3 districts, 3 different pilot study you have to do in the purposive way. In one district, you have to do one purposive sampling study.
Okay.
Clear? That is the pilot. That is not the formal.
Okay.
Initially, you have to conduct 4 purposive samplings by using the pilot study, not by the formal. So why you will conduct the pilot study? Based upon the pilot study, you can capture actually where is the mortality. Getting my point?
Yes.
Then once you will get that, because in the 300 you can easily catch. Even you can cover all if time is there.
Yes. Yeah.
It is easy. But in the 5000 it is not easy. For that reason, you have to go for the reference system snowball samplings. Purposeful means 3 districts is there. 1, 2, 3. Purposefully, you just collect each of the district 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then you just go for the referring system. Purposeful, then snowball sampling. Or the convenience, then convenience to the snowball. Clear?
Okay.
Then in that way, until and unless your sample size is finished, you do collection. You do collecting. Any other thing? But disproportionate sampling strategy you have to use.
Okay.
Because it is not proportional. It is disproportional. Completely.
Yes.
75% is one side, 25% is one side. Now you see, though I was teaching the qualitative, but there is use of the quantitative. Both are complementary. You cannot separate.
Yes. Agree,
both.
sir.
So in that way you can do, and if some extra thing you want, you can ask, or else if you have something beyond this session, you may talk with me over my WhatsApp also.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. I think everything is clear from you.
Yes, sir. It's very.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Yes, anybody please? Come on. Nobody is asking, only 2 persons, 3 persons. Yes. If you will keep interacting, you will get more things. Because qualitative, name is qualitative. It should be qualitative by the interactions. Quantitative, each and everybody can find. Yes, please. Anybody? Everybody's mic is mute. I think nobody is ready to ask. I hope so. I think people are checking the timeline. Maybe because of that, they are not interested to ask, or it may be boring, the session, maybe. I do not know.
No,
Yes,
sir,
please.
it's a good session.
But no, how many people are there now? You see, 93. Previously, it was 925. Now it is 93. Only 3 people have asked, and 3 people have interacted. I wanted more interactions. Yes. So do we close it?
Sir, I hope they are all clear.
Okay, I think so. And one more thing, madam, one request also from my side. Also, people have asked the thing. Whatever lecture I have delivered, please share the soft copy, and also try to
Okay,
put it in
okay,
the
sir. Okay,
YouTube,
sir. We will share in the
just like
WhatsApp
the
group
last
also.
time.
Okay,
Sir,
sir.
excuse me, sir. Can I ask one question, sir, if you permit?
No, I
Yes.
am welcoming. If you'll ask, if even I can continue up to 9, no problem. If you will keep asking me, no problem for me. Here I am
Thanks a
there
lot.
to serve you people.
My questioning is,
So first you tell your academic background, your name, the place belonging to you.
Sir, I'm Ishwar and pursuing my PhD from Shuleni University, Himachal Pradesh. And my
Which subject? Which
My
subject?
subject is disaster management, sir.
Okay, disaster management.
Right, sir.
Which university?
It is Shulini University, Solan.
Solon, Himachal Pradesh.
Right, sir.
Okay. So you are belonging to which area? That Himachal?
Yes, sir.
Your-
Right, sir.
Your
Himachal,
native
sir.
place Himachal. Okay. Okay.
Right, sir. Right, sir. It
Ah.
is Sri Renuka ji, sir, the birthplace of Parshuram Bhagwan.
Acha, it is my pleasure to hear you. Huh? So at least I am getting some sort of eternal things from you. Oh, okay. Thank you. Keep continue.
Sir, my question is, I'm doing the sampling, sir, for my studies. And sir, is there any formula or lay down rules like online survey and what percentage of online survey and the in-person survey, sir?
Online survey and in person,
In-person surveys, well, offline. Yes, sir.
offline survey. Okay, online survey, you can do it, no problem. What's the problem coming to you? Tell me, online survey, because by sitting at your desk, you can do it. What's the problem you are facing? Just tell me. Online, what type of problem you are facing? Just tell me, so that I can suggest something. Hello, Ishwarji, is it audible or not? Ishwarji, is it audible? Hello, Ishwarji, where are you? What problem you are finding? During the online survey, you tell me, then I can suggest something. Until and unless I know the things, how I will suggest you. So now
Sir,
he's not
Ishwar
there.
is not here.
I think he put the question, then he.
Sir,
Ah.
sir, sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible,
Sir.
but I am asking, keep asking you.
Sir,
What type of-
I have collected the survey by firstly I formulated the questionnaire and then circulated the among the different category of people of district Sirmaur. Side by side, I visited the places where the villages or the people were directly affected by the landslide. And collected the what you call information by filling the forms from there, from directly from people affected. I my question is there any proportional or ratio of online survey and this in-person survey, or it can be collected or recorded independently, sir?
There is no such a strict guideline for that reason. First of all.
Yes.
Isn't it? So
Achha.
next thing I want to know whether
Yes, sir.
your study is quantitative or qualitative.
It is mixed, sir.
It is mixed. Okay, if it is mixed, then population size is bigger or less?
Population sizes, sir, as per formula, it is 400, sir.
No, that I am not asking. I am asking your theoretical population.
Yes, sir.
Theoretical population, how much?
The population of this district Sirmaur is approximately 5 lakhs, sir. But according to this formula, it is coming around 400, sir.
I know.
Yes, sir.
Whether
Yes,
you
sir.
put the Amana formula or a Cochrane formula, maximum it will come 385. I know. No problem.
Yes, sir.
So 400 you have taken, that means 10% you have added. So it will be suffice, no problem. But thing is that why I'm asking that theoretical population, that 5 lakh. So you have to be very careful. Why? Because disaster management is occurred sometime, not frequently.
Yes, sir.
The time when it occurred, if you will conduct either online or offline, you will
Yes,
get
sir.
better result. So
Right.
I'm not telling that you may be asking that, sir, that means I have to wait up to that. No. You have to
Yes,
take
sir.
the record from the past. You have to take the record from the past.
Yes, sir.
Disaster management website is there. They can give you the data, that record they have. From
Right, sir.
that, you can extrapolate something for the future. So let us say something is predicted that in the month of December, most of the time the disaster is coming up. Let us say. So you have to plan in such a way that you have to conduct the thing in that month. That's the first criteria in this disaster management topic for you.
Yes, sir.
You cannot conduct either online or offline survey in the lean period. In the seasoned period, you have to pick the data. That's the first thing.
Yes.
And another thing you will come up during that time, better if or your expert team will be, your experienced team will be physically available. Why? Because during the season period, when we'll try to contact the people, they might not answer you because of their situations, current situations. They will be hesitating to answer you. So for that reason, you have to find out some sort of tricks, some sort of psychological setups, how to convince them to get the answer. If you are
Yes.
unable to do that, whatever data you will get, it will be valueless. So it is a very critical area where you are working. So you have to convince, you have to motivate the people during that time period. And for that reason, you have to employ not only the online survey, but also offline survey with the help of trained professionals. You have to train by your expertise. And if you are not employing the trained people to collect the data simultaneously, because the time is limited. Within that time period, you have to cover all the patches. Getting my point or not? Selectively. So
Yes,
at the
sir.
same time, you have to collect the data. Then good result you will get, and that will reflect the result. So for that reason, I'm telling, if you go for the online survey in this area, I think the result will not give you the right answer. It is my personal opinion.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful session. It's now
Thank you.
time is 8. So we have to wind up the session. Thank you very much, all the participants. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, sir.
Good night, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye, one and all.
Please, internet problem. Okay. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
So if your thing is that you have to target the victimized person, then you have to meet physically. Please avoid the online survey in this sensitive case. This is my advice. And if you rely on the online, the good result you cannot get. And whatever result you will produce, that will be just for the publication, not for the benefit for the society. This is my suggestion. Anything else, please? If you want, you can ask. Yes, please. Hello. Are you hearing? Are you hearing? Hello. He left, I think. Anybody else, please? Or should we stop? Anybody else, please? Yes. Anybody else, please?
Hello, sir. Due to network glitch,
Yeah.
the organizer has announced the closure of the session, sir.
Okay. Thank you
Because
very much.
yes, sir, we were not getting you in the online, so that's why maybe I'm assuming, sir. I'm thankful to you for such a wonderful session. It was
Thank you
really
very much.
helpful and it benefited us, all of us, I believe, and personally, it was very helpful for me also. So
Thank you very
thank you
much.
so much, sir.
So, namaskar. Good night to all of you.
Good night, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bye.